25,000 looking on. The Yugoslavs made 2 changes from their first leg side, bringing back star striker Stogelkovic and their fullback Gavrilovic. They both came back after suspension. There's the side. A real commentator's nightmare it was too. And for Dundee United, Jim McLean left out Ralph Milne, and he hoped obviously that the pace of Paul Sturrock and Eamon Bannon could take some of the pressure off his defence. Well, we join the match after 10 minutes play. Archie McPherson is the commentator. The score, 0 each.
Good jumping by, well. Another free kick. And I think everybody realised before this match started that a referee coming from Bulgaria would not be terribly hard on the Yugoslavs. Matter of fact, I saw him being wined and dined last night in a hotel. He seemed to be enjoying it. Stojkovic. The slower build-up this time. Up comes the big man, Vojnovic. Wants to go forward himself. That's a loose ball. Could get away. Fights hard to do so. Just keeps possession. Here's Turek, and he's just offside. And they will have to keep their eye on Paul Sturrock. Vojnovic. That's Neri. Doing a lot of good work in defence there already, jumping well. Dodds on that diagonal run. He is only Paul Sturrock and 5 defenders in front of him. Kirkwood comes up, gives a bit of support. There he is in the picture now. Philip took it easily enough. Philip in, I think, largely for his defensive qualities. And no pressure at all on Vojnovic. Right across to the right fullback, Gavanovic, who missed the game at Paradise, by the way. He was suspended. One of their 2 changes in the team. Into the team comes the leading goal scorer, Stojkovic. Watch him, number 7. Highly talented player indeed. That surely is a free kick. No? Well, Holt really felt that. Well, I can hardly believe that. There's a very quick break indeed, and Hegarty doesn't do very well with that, but McAlpin does though. That was a very good save and a very brave one by McAlpin. Annoyed that that pass looked a rather leisurely one back to him. There's Philip. And it's Stojkovic who's gone off for attention. He really wanted it very hard indeed. And it's very interesting to note that this Dundee United team have a great deal of flexibility in make-up. A lot of players can play in all kinds of positions. And Dodge going right after that. And then he gets a chance, struggling his way through. Oh, that's dangerous play by Drigic, but he gets away with it. Philip. I think he gets the throw. He does, in fact. And it's Stojkovic who's gone off for attention. That was a very good save and a very brave one by McAlpin. Annoyed that that pass looked a rather leisurely one back to him. John Holt. Well, it's a bad ball. Throw to Radnički. What's the bad clearance out of defense? The play very scrappy at the moment. There's Philip. David Neri. Watching David Dodd's arm outraised by Dodd, and in goes Holt. And there's a kind of nervous tension among this match. Neither side have settled into anything like the patterns we saw at Paradise. And the Yugoslavs are pushing this big man, Vojnovic, forward as often as they can. A good run there by Obradovic. Stark, brilliant tackle. Superb tackle. Obradovic is looking around for the referee, expecting the whistle. There's a good run by Sturrock again. with Drižić. Well, Paul Sturrock is being booked for that tackle. This is quite unbelievable. There's a bit of theatricals going on there. As the big player Drižić went down, Sturrock earns a booking, and that, quite frankly, is ridiculous compared to some of the tackles we've already seen. Well, the captain has a lot of skill, hasn't he? Obradovic. There he is, just been named for the Yugoslavian squad for the World Cup. 25 years of age and perhaps the most talented player on the field for the Yugoslavs. And so Obradovic taking the free kick. Huge towering form there of Drižić was up for it. Now Sturrock. Can he touch it to the side? He can't quite, and the linesman almost got away with him. And we're going to have a substitution, number 7, who's Stojkovic. Is coming off. He had that injury. Stojkovic. And on comes Radoslavec. That's 2 of them on. The brothers are now playing. Bannon. Holds it up again. He has a wild tackle from the back that time. The referee reprimanding number 10, Nikolic. Dave Derry, who is the very personification of coolness on an occasion like this. Derry forward, there's Sturrock. Turning and quite entitled to try and get round the defence that way. Quick turn and shot, well off target that time. Forward goes Gabrolevic, and he's going at speed. He wants the ball back, but it's taken down there and kicked with Harden. Picked up with ease by Borjovic. Oh, there's a lovely ball. This could be the first one. It's just over. Suddenly, the United defence was wide open. The clearest chance of the game so far. And what up till then had been a perfect example of containment suddenly came awry, and that was brilliantly touched forward there by Nikolic, and a little bit of luck, which you need on these occasions. In any case, the top of the bar, scraped away by that. Well, they ought to have gone into the media the first time a gap has emerged, as I said. And look at that, agonizingly for the Yugoslavians. That would have been a very, very crucial goal indeed, with so much of the game remaining. We were on just on the half hour when that happened. Billy Cook, we should be in. A lot of the attacks emanating from this captain, Obradovic, on the left-hand side. There he is. There's a bit of curl in that, but there's nobody there coming up on the outside. Gabrolevic. Slipping round Bannon, who's finding difficulty with the footing. And he gets his cross in, and it's a very good one. Excellently scraped away there by Hamish McAlpin. Always a very, very difficult ball for a goalkeeper to take. Look at the pressure he was under. Up he goes with the 2 big men coming in. Goff has got to get to this one. Has got to be clean. Eamon Bannon, and he touched to the side. David Dodds. That's a good ball to Sturrock. First one he's picked up in about 10 minutes. Brilliant play. The pass not so good though. Bannon drives in brilliantly. Great chance. Bannon on his own. Oh, and he gives it away. Seems to lose possession. United's best opportunity yet. 4 minutes to half-time, all originating from Paul Sturrock in midfield, and eventually Bannon driving in here, just lost possession. Gavrolovich, that's an easy one for Hegarty. They're not finding Sturrock. Sturrock now almost a forlorn figure alone up front as United hold out on the edge of the box at the moment. Bannon. That's Richard Gough. And there goes the half-time whistle. It went exactly 15 seconds earlier than perhaps it should have done, and I think manager Jim McLean going off. There's some very irate supporters in the background there, giving him a roasting as he went off. However, there's a scoreline at that stage, and we're delighted that United have held out. They've had that one trauma that came on the half hour when suddenly the defence opened wide, and through went the Yugoslavs, and ought to have scored there, in all honesty. A little bit of luck for United, but that's what you need when you're playing in this fiery atmosphere away from home. Nevertheless, a heartening first half for the Scottish side. The light and shade in the Radnički Niš stadium at half-time reflecting, I think, elements of this game. United partially satisfied with the fact that they've held the game to a goalless draw at the moment, but I think perhaps despairing at some of the things they've done going forward, I would like to see them do a little more, be a little more inventive, because I think they could certainly take on this defence. They've got the speed and the ability to do so, always being cautious, and they are definitely playing with a team getting assistance from a referee who might consider a rather sick joke. It's not the first time that we've seen this on the continent, and Panatajovic has come on, by the way, as a substitute in place of Radiceljevic. One of the Radiceljevic, number 9, who is off. As I say about the referee from Bulgaria, he really has given United nothing in this game and penalised them for rather trivial things compared to what's happened on the other side. And many people who criticise his appointment, he comes from Bulgaria, just down the road from here, as I said, only 60 miles away from here, and now I think being justified in the criticism. Gavrolovich. Neary just gets that rather bumpy little part of the pitch down there. That's a good ball, and Sturrock came back. Caught off balance. The ball struck too hard towards him. And if United were to score a goal in this area in the next 5 or 10 minutes, it would kill the tie. Philip rushed into that. It hasn't been an attractive game. It has been a spoiling, cautious, negative game in many ways. But that is a character of a tie with the team leading by 2-0. That's to Sturrock, and that's a very good ball indeed. Sturrock just off target again. The run was brave enough, but I think he was going away to the left far too much. The big defenders tracking him there. You can see he took it very well indeed. Back they came. He's got away to the left. The cover was there, and it made the shot well nigh impossible. Obradovic. Well, that's a good-looking ball, and that was clear. Another dive there by number 4, and, you know, a referee ought to reprimand players who make that so blatant. Up it goes, and there was Nikolic, who got that first opening in the first half, getting a little corridor through the crowd of players, which he ought not to have had. The shot, it will come in, and it's a great miss, and pushed away. Panatajovic. Panatajovic opens the scoring. A grand explosion of noise from the Yugoslavs. And very casual play indeed by Dundee United in defence. The ball driven hard forward. Hamish Macalpin getting his body behind it. Couldn't stop the shot. And up came Pananastojovic. Great cacophony from the terracing. And suddenly the crowd realised that Radnički are not far away from levelling and perhaps even getting into the next round. If they can get over this next 5 minutes or so, they might just come through it, United. They must not allow themselves to buckle. Bannon waiting for that. Look at the bounce on it. Way wide to Sturrock. Brilliant turn by Sturrock. And a free kick again, would you believe? Here is Borjevic. Richard Goff. Right into the lap of Gavrilovic. Dodds. Once again, they're not able to find Sturrock. There he is there. And hooked high and wide. Stark is up. Nikolic going for it. Brilliant interception. Dave Derry's played immensely well. Hooked away. Look at that pressure now. An enormous knot of players in the penalty area. That was a brilliant ball as the captain breaks again of Dradovic. And just beyond Pananastojovic, the man who scored the goal. United really on the right. Really must remain cool. Lovely ball across here. Look at Pananastojovic stretching up for it. Almost like a volleyball player. Neri. And full marks the United defence for not buckling. Once again, the hard tackle brings the free kick. On it goes there to Dragovic. Hoisted by the fullback. Pananastojovic. He doesn't know what it is. Play still goes on and away by Philip. The area is so congested. Hegarty stepping and brilliant tackle by Billy Kirkwood. Lying way back on the right, defending. As United go through the horror. That's really what it is for them at this stage. One goal against them, and the game will be even. 25 minutes left. And that long high ball is not now being picked up by Sturrock. This team are now playing with great inspiration. That goal brought them alive. The possibility of keeping in the tie. The little Jurjevic. Beganovic, just a bit too much. Goal kick. Gavrilovic. Now, big man coming forward, Borjanovic. Good interception, Stark. Oh, that's obstruction, blatantly. That is really comes into the category of a bookable offence, that one. Quite deliberate. And yet, United realising what faces them, they have to mute the protest, get on with the game, and that was a dreadful free kick, but just picked up by Bannon, and now Holt. Well, again, there was Holt appealing for protection from the referee, which he doesn't get. It's a throw. Obradovic. Good, effective clearance by Hegarty, but concentration is absolutely vital. You saw a lapse in it there from Ian Phillip. Gavranovic. Well pushed forward, and Kirkwood very, very, very slow going for that. Watch a good ball from number 2. The man who scored the first goal has done it, Radnički. A shocking goal given away by the United. With 18 minutes to go. There it is. In he came, flips it away for a ball that should have been picked up by Billy Kirkwood earlier on, and the tie is now level. David Dodds, Sturrock, nobody there with support. It is not going right for United at the moment. There is Sturrock. Oh, that's a vicious, vicious tackle. Now, what's the referee going to do there? What has he given? Given the free kick after all. And Milinkovic in goal. Maybe troubled a little by the sun. And not a United jersey near that. David Dodds tries again. Sturrock is almost there, hooked away for the corner. And there has not been enough pressure on that defence like that. It has been far too sporadic. Sturrock almost wriggled his way in. Just touched away from him. Ineffectual run by him, and he's really got to produce a bit more than that. That's a goal kick. Anxious minutes for United. Straight to Borjovic. And the referee looks across at his linesman. That is offside. Large shadow of this very modern stand right across the pitch now. Well, that was simple head on it there. It's quite surprising the defence let him go in to do it. Good tackle by Dodds. And that's a free kick this time. It's I think perhaps the toughest player in the park being injured there as David Dodds went in. Dodds trying to edge his way forward. No point in doing that. Just incur the wrath of this referee. Nikolic after it. Nearly played superbly in the air today. That's a dangerous ball, headed for Calpin. Penalty kick. Would you believe it? The referee has awarded a penalty kick with 6 minutes. Now let's have a look at that. But Calpin certainly didn't make a good job of it. Down he went. And I think his very velocity knocking the player down, and a penalty has been awarded. 6 minutes remaining, and this could be curtains for United. The error coming from McAlpin stretching out for it. He certainly collided with the player from the back. Djordjevic went down, and so number 4, Djordjevic, to take the penalty kick. 3-2 on aggregate, and that would seem to me, unless you don't believe in miracles, to be the end for United. Went in very quickly indeed. Pushed straight towards Dennis McCampbell. The referee looking at his watch, and there it is. Dundee United have had a brave season in the UEFA Cup, but alas, they simply were not good enough today. They set themselves the task of defending well, trying counter-attack. It didn't pay off for them, and the delighted Yugoslavs invading as Jim McLean goes away in disappointment. We expected a bit more from United up front. They had promised they could score a goal, but they were incapable of doing it. In fact, it never looked like it today, and no wonder the Yugoslavs have invaded the pitch.